What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video over here on Harley Fane's Crippled Outdoors. Today I bought the most expensive mystery fishing tackle box you can buy. I bought the mystery tackle box Reserve curated bass tackle. Pretty much it's a crate. I wouldn't call it a box, it's a crate. It came in a wooden crate. This was $200. It's supposed to come with up to $300 worth of tackle. And we're going to go through every piece of tackle right now on this video to see if this box was worth $200. Okay guys, so we have moved over to the work desk here. I'm just going to open this. Well, it's already open. I'm just going to take out each bait one by one. Tell you guys what I think. So the first bait right off the top are some more 10,000 fish Sakoshi bugs. Good little Ned rig bait, so I'm told. I've never used them. Some Hyperlastics Creations worm spin. So what this looks like, it looks like it's a floating tail worm with, it looks like a screw lock right here, ran down to a spinner bait. I'm assuming you're supposed to work it kind of like a speed worm. You just cast it in and reel it, check and wind it. Next, we got some Z-Man Streaks, 3.75 inches. It looks like a little fluke type bait. Next, we got the Guggen Squad Junior Contender jointed swim bait. It says it is a slow sinking swim bait, 2 3/4 ounces, 4.5 inches long. I've never thrown swim baits like this. I've just thrown like soft plastic jig-headed swim baits, but I'm excited to try. I'm glad I got the junior size too. So we got some more of these Spear Point EWGs. I'm noticing a lot of this, a lot of Guggen stuff. This is a Guggen Hummer. It's a buzz bait. It's a black buzz bait. My favorite color buzz bait, actually. It's got mustad hooks, 3/8 ounce. I've actually used Guggen Hummers before, and they are one of the best buzz baits I've ever used. I really like that, actually. I'm very happy. The Hummer's cousin, we have the Guggen Zinger. It's the Guggen spinner bait. What color is this? Sunrise Crawl. It's a 3/8 ounce, same as the Hummer. It's a number 2 Colorado blade, a number 4 Willow blade. That would be really good. Come pre-spawn. Actually, it would probably be good right now because it's that crawl color, but come pre-spawn, that'll be killer. Next, we got a Mach K Popper 70. It says it sits vertical, pops, spits, walks. So it's like a popping bait, or a popper that you can walk, apparently. I do like a popper. We've got a Weston Bass Bite Square Bill. It's in like that chartreuse sexy shad color. If you've never seen Weston baits, they actually have some of the better paint jobs for a crankbait. I actually have one of these, and it's a really good crankbait. So I'm very happy with the Weston. We got a Biospawn Rattlebot in crawl color. It's a 2.5 inch half-ounce lipless crankbait. It's a very unique take on the lipless crankbait. You're not going to see anything like it. I have not used these, but I've heard a lot about them, so I'm excited to use this in a few weeks. This, I like the color. What do they call this color? I think it's like Cheeto or something. Fire Crawl. Okay, so I like the color. I really like this color. But I do not like the clickbait. I have used it. It's supposed to be a unique take on the chatterbait or the bladed jig. and it is absolute garbage. It is pretty much like a top water bladed jig. It will just rise right to the top. It won't have good action. You have to like adjust it somehow. Like there's a wire right here. It's just a piece of junk. I will not be throwing that more than likely. We have a Malix LGT football jig Golden Team Series armed with VMC 4/0 hooks. It's a 3/8 ounce. It is color number 127, green pumpkin, red, and purple. I do like to drag a football jig in the summer, so that I really like that. Okay, so the next bait, we got another Weston. It's a spot on twin turbo. It's a floating, it looks like a whopper plopper type bait. I'm not real sure. It does have two propeller type things on the tail. It is floating black haze. Again, Weston has great paint jobs, but I'm not sure about this bait. I've never seen anything about it, so I can't tell you much about it, but I'll use it nonetheless. We got some soft plastics here. We got some Mayhem Bait Company Liquid Mayhem Thrust Swim Minnow. Then you get some Freshwater Series like, I don't know, like scent or attractant, Liquid Mayhem attractant. You rub it on your thing and it, like, I don't know. There'll be a good trailer for a spinnerbait or a ball head jig, something like that, swim bait maybe, or swim jig maybe. Next we got some X Zone Lures MB Finesse Crawl. It's a 3¼ inch black and blue flake crawl. It'll be a good trailer for one of these jigs, or I like to throw a crawl on a swim jig. I like to throw a crawl on a vibrating jig or a bladed jig. So that would be, I mean, there's nothing special about it, but that's a good trailer right there. It's a good flipping bait as well. I like to flip craws onto beds in the spring. Another jig, it is a all-purpose sparkle jig. It's a 3/8 ounce. And it looks to be peanut butter jelly. They call it bruiser, but it's peanut butter jelly. I'm not sure how well you guys can see it, but it's like purple, brown, black, peanut butter jelly color. Next, we have another Callan's jig. It's a cast stalker jig and 3/8 ounce. It doesn't say what kind of jig you use it for. The cast stalker is designed specifically for fishing in the heaviest cover and other structure. This jig fits the needs of anglers who are willing to hunt big bass where they leave, skip, pitch, or cast under, around, and in the heaviest bass lures. So it's a pitching jig, pretty much, or a flipping jig rather. It's a heavy cover jig, not heavy cover jig. We got some more Weston baits. This time we have the Shad Tees Slim in Pearl Shad. They're a 3-inch soft plastic swim bait. That would be a really, really, really banging finesse swim jig or Z-Man Stealth Blade jackhammer trailer. That would be banging. It would also be a good finesse presentation if you're like ledge fishing or you're offshore fishing for those finicky winter bass. Sometimes you need to downsize your presentation on a little ball head jig. That would be killer. You could probably even use these to crappie fish if you got big crappie in your fishery. Those are going to be used faux sure. I'm going to make room for it because this is going to be the best bait out of the entire box. This is going to be the best. You got the Mike Buka Bullgill 3¾ inch slow sinking jointed swim bait. It's like the bull shad, but it's the bluegill version. This is probably one of the premier jointed swim baits on the market. That's not a big giant swim bait or a big giant glide bait. This is what I was hoping to get. I had this on my wish list and a Z-Man jackhammer or Z-Man Stealth Blade jackhammer, and I got one of them, so I'm very happy with this. Super excited to throw that. I have wanted one of those for a long time and I could not find them anywhere. Next, we got some Biwa Scorpitail 4 green pumpkin. It looks kind of like a drop shot bait or a fluke type bait. It's a 4-inch like soft jerk bait. We got more Guggen baits. We got a Guggen Baits Poppin' Filthy Frog. I have a lot of grass and a lot of nasty matted vegetation where I fish, so I love to pop a frog. I don't like walking a frog. It's hard for me to do being in a wheelchair. A popping frog gets me the most bites, and I can work this better than a walking frog, but I do like to walk a frog as well. Every now and then I'll get a wild hair up my butt, but I will for sure be throwing this a whole lot. Another one of these piece of junk 10,000 fish cycle spins. We've already talked about those, so I'm not going to talk about them anymore. Acme Tackle Company V-Rod. It is a blade bait. I've never used a blade bait. I don't know how to use them. I'll have to do research on that. I can't really tell you much about it. I don't know anything about blade baits. We got a Guggen Squad Junior Scout in Sexy Shad. It's a suspending jerk bait. It's the smaller downsized version of the Scout. A suspending jerk bait is good during pre-spawn. It's good during the summer months. It's good in the winter. It's good right now. If I was you right now, I would be throwing this over brush or on deeper main lake points. I would be throwing a jerk bait. That's just me though. Okay, the next thing we got is a live target sunfish. What the hell is this thing? The live target sunfish is the perfect topwater tool for catching. Oh, it's kind of like a walking frog, but it's like a bluegill or a sunfish walking. That's cool. I'll have to try to use that. I'm not big on walking baits, but I'm getting better with them, so I'll try to use that for sure. We got another Guggen bait. It's the Guggen Revolver. It's Guggen's version of a Whopper Plopper. It's a very interesting color. I've seen this color before when Monster Bass first came out with it, and Guggen just did their rendition of it, and it's called Shattered Shad. Very interesting. So this is a headbanger lure. The next bait, it's a headbanger topwater. It's the Spitfire topwater. The headbanger Spitfire is one versatile topwater bait. The patented action lip at the front kicks up a ton of water during medium to fast retrieves. Perfect for dirtier water and when you're trying to draw up the fish. It's in hollow silver, so it's kind of like a shad minnow imitation. I guess it's kind of like a wake bait, maybe. I'm not sure. I'll have to test that out. I'm going to take all three of these last baits and put them over here. So first we have a Janko Fishing CD2. It's like a square bill. I can feel the weight in there of that bait sliding back and forth. So that's gonna cast a freaking country mile. Next we have another Major Craft a Major Craft, one of those red crankbaits we got in these boxes. And finally, we have a Headbanger rocker head, a 4/0, 2/7 ounce. I don't know what this is. I probably will not use it. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I would rate the Mystery Tackle Box Reserve a straight 10 out of 10. I'm excited about all those baits except for that cycle spin, underspin from 10,000 Fish. I can see myself using every single one of those baits except for that. That bull shad made it a 10 out of 10 by itself. I mean, if you haven't, or that bull gill rather, if you haven't looked up videos on the Mike Buka bull shad or bull gill, go look them up. I mean, people are catching not just big fish, but a lot of numbers of big fish on that bait. So I am super excited to throw it, and if I lose it, I'll probably throw myself into the pond and never come out. But if you can afford it, I would absolutely recommend the Mystery Tackle Box Reserve Crate. So far in 2024, all the Mystery Tackle Boxes that I've got, I don't have it coming monthly. I just get them when I see them for sale, like at Walmart or on Dick's. They've been worth it. So Mystery Tackle Box is killing the game right now. So as always, guys, you guys have a good day. God bless. And please, whatever you do, don't drink and drive. I'll see you on the next one.